What do I mean by the hidden default, and why is it important? Behavioral science has taught us that humans are strongly influenced by the way in which choices are presented. The more uncertain we are, the more likely we go with the default choice. That's why the most common phone ring just make sure that this person's okay. So that's why the world's most common phone ring is the default you just heard. Fundamentally, what is male is the default starting point for analysis across all domains. The implications of this have been well documented, from car safety features designed with male crash test dummies to virtual reality headsets that are way too big for the average woman's head. More recently, in Sweden, gender-based analysis revealed how decisions to prioritize the snow clearing of roads over sidewalks benefited largely male commuters in cars over largely female pedestrians. My suggestion this morning is that enduring and often hidden male defaults are affecting how we assess the future of work. As a result, we are at the risk of both underestimating the challenges and not seizing opportunities. My aim is to uncover some of the gender data and analysis gaps in our current thinking. My examples align with the three axes of analysis commonly used to look at the future of work: the type of work people will do in the future, workplace structures and practices, the composition of the workforce and its skills. Our first hidden default is that work is defined as paid work. Around the world, with very few exceptions, women work longer hours than men when the unpaid work of caregiving, cooking, cleaning, etc. is factored in. In Canada, this translates into 2.5 hours more of daily unpaid work activities for women. The gender gap in responsibility can underscore important differences for particular occupations. Here's an example. Female scientists contribute 54% of the unpaid work in their households, while male scientists contribute 28%. Women's primary responsibility for unpaid work has an enduring impact on employment rates. This shows employment rates for Canadian men and women with children aged 6 to 16 years. Without a holistic view of work, we will continue to miss out on a huge potential source of skills, productivity, and innovation. It's estimated that tackling gender inequality in Canada could add as much as $420 billion to GDP by 2026. Which brings me to my second example of a hidden default. Workplaces have traditionally been defined by the male experience. A key focus of our future of work discussions is the gig economy. Gig reflects the division of work into small pieces delivered through digital platforms. There are several types of gig work. However, the constant default example is Uber or ride-sharing platforms, which are male-dominated. But more people are accessing care and domestic work through platforms such as Care.com, TaskRabbit, Amazon Home Services. Workers on these platforms are predominantly female. But there are also higher paid jobs in the gig economy. Consider new opportunities for entrepreneurship. Etsy, with nearly $440 million in annual revenues, is allowing women entrepreneurs to reach clients globally. And for professional freelancers, gig work can offer women flexible, higher paid opportunities, such as freelance computer programming through Upwork. Some women are choosing to not reveal their gender to mitigate potential bias. So the risk is that we are blind to sectors where women are concentrated in low-paid gig work and reinforce existing disparities. On the other hand, some women are accessing better-paid jobs traditionally dominated by men. The emerging workplace offered by the gig economy holds the potential to redefine the boundaries of female participation. So how we define work and how we explore the changing workplace needs to change, which brings me to my third and final issue, the workforce. The default example for automation is often the male factory worker replaced by a robot, like these Kiva robots in the Amazon warehouse. Women are more likely to work in jobs at high risk of automation moving forward. Administrative clerks, cashiers, receptionists, these all involve tasks that artificial intelligence can easily replace. Women from different racial and ethnic groups are even further concentrated in these high-risk jobs. At the same time, women make up the majority of workers in the jobs least likely to be replaced by technology: teachers, healthcare, and social workers, jobs that require non-routine human interactions that are difficult to automate. Most analysis suggests that the sectors and occupations that will experience the fastest growth are those that are technology-based. They are also those where women continue to be underrepresented. Think about this when you talk about AI today. And here is the share of graduates in mathematics, computer, and information sciences in Canada. It's also worth noting that in the federal government, women fill just 27% of all positions in computer science, with only 16% under the age of 40. And take a look at the percentage of women in technology jobs in these iconic companies. Women's continued underrepresentation in the jobs where the technologies of the future are being designed ultimately reduces women's voices in designing that future. And attitudes about what fields to pursue are shaped at a young age. 2015 PISA data shows that Canadian girls do not aspire to careers in engineering or computer science. And even when girls outperform boys in math and science, they report less confidence in their ability. Women's representation in leadership positions in the corporate pipeline continues to remain low across all sectors. In fact, women represent only 22% of C-suite positions in Canada. So we find ourselves at a critical juncture. We're gathered here today to discuss the future of work, the research, the policy, the programs, the challenges and the opportunities. I've pointed to some significant differences between men and women for analyzing the future of work. The gap in women's labor force participation has remained relatively stable over the last 10 years. Given aging demographics, slowing labor force growth, and a rapid increase in technology, we can ill afford to leave out half the population. It is estimated that if women would have participated at the same rate as men in 2018, it would have added about 800,000 people to the labor force in Canada. Increasing the contribution of women in a high-value, innovative, and skills-based economy will require uncovering our hidden defaults. As you participate today in this Brave New Work conference, challenge yourself to be brave in testing your assumptions. Seize the opportunity to be new in how you explore the future of work. Reaching our potential in Canada depends on it. Thank you.